Good morning, you guys. Here we are. We're at the Camden Harbor waterfront, and I'm talking this morning with Steve Pixley, Camden Harbor Master, Jeremy Martin, Camden Town Planner, and Drew Lyman, CEO of Lyman Morse across the harbor. And we're talking about the status of Camden Harbor in a time of COVID-19, June. And I just want to ask a little bit your thoughts about what's going to happen this summer, what your hopes are for this season, and where we might be going. What's your assessment? We'll start with Steve.
Well, first of all, thanks for getting together with us. Yeah, the one thing that I hope is that people, both residents and visitors, realize that we are open for business, and it's a great way to practice safe distance and come out and do something. As far as the municipality, we have overnight dockage. If you have a mooring, come and use it. We just a few basic rules if you're here, which is maintain a safe social distance, and that's about it. If someone's coming down a ramp, don't get on the ramp. Wait till they come off, and so you can maintain a safe distance. And let's have a great summer. That's basically it. I mean, all of our infrastructure is in. We're ready, and I'm. To be honest, like I said before, I'm starting to get a little weirded out because there's nobody here, and I'm not sure why, especially local people, are not putting their boats in.
They're not. Local people aren't putting their boats in?
Not that, but I was talking with some people, and basically everything's a month behind because boatyards couldn't get things via FedEx, parts for the rigging, things of that sort. So I'm hoping that by seeing this and the fact is by July we'll have, because it's June 1st now, so, and usually by now it's busy, and it's not right now.
Drew, how about you? What are you seeing?
I mean, I agree with Steve that harbor is pretty empty at this moment, but I think it's going to be a delayed reaction to the summer. So I think in another month or so, hopefully we see a big uptick. I think what we should all realize, and hopefully everybody in the local area, is that this harbor lends itself to this environment, right? You can you socially distance easily, you can get on your boat, you can disappear if you want to go to the islands. In terms of what Lyman Morse is doing, we've taken the opportunity to essentially add more services. So if somebody wants to bring their, get the groceries from French and Braun, or we pick up coffee over there, we'll do all that. And we'll also, we can do a big cleaning of the boats before owners arrive, so they're all disinfected. Yep. So we have a policy that we have a checklist that we go through to make sure it's all sanitized before they arrive. So we're trying to create an environment here and utilize this harbor and utilize the town and support the restaurants and all the grocery stores, the local businesses, is create an environment where people can come to. And it's safe and it's organized.
So you'll have personal shoppers to go out and
get
supplies?
we hire a lot of dock kids, and then we have two full-time dock masters, and the whole plan is that we'll offer all those services, and we've already started to promote that for boats. Come up, self-quarantine, don't get off the boat. We have all the policies in place so that it's organized and that that people feel safe. I think that's the key, is having a good plan and sticking to the guidelines and making sure that's being followed makes everybody feel safer.
And Penobscot Bay is wide open for exploring right now.
That's the best part. And we have boats. We have a rib that can go about 50 knots, so we can get groceries out to them in Pulpits Harbor, right?
Oh, that's
what we recommended. Just go, spend 3 or 4 days here, go out to Penobscot Bay, and we'll deliver stuff if you need it.
It's the greatest cruising grounds in the world.
I think so.
I will say, I want to just point out, I'm on Lyman Morse's email list, and they have you guys put out quite a neat document last week, I think it was, on that the marine is open, your boat service is operational,
right,
and how they're handling, and I think it's a great, and I don't know if we can get that out more somehow, but I thought it was a great document you guys put together. Businesses are clearly struggling, retail and restaurants and lodging industry. The town, what we can do, we have limited capabilities on how we can assist communities, or businesses, but one thing we can do is we can listen to what businesses are asking for. So I have worked with CDAC, our Community Economic Development Committee, to reach out to businesses in town to see what ideas they may have. I mean, you can see Bangor's closing some streets down, Portland is, Rockland's doing the same thing. But it has to be right, and we don't want that to come from the town level. We want that to come from the business community level, because they know their business, they know what they may need. We don't really. We don't want to be in the situation where you know, Bangor did something similar recently, and businesses were up in arms because they didn't talk to the businesses, they didn't get the business input. So
What was that? What did they do?
they were trying to close off, I think, Broad Street and a section of Central Street in Bangor, and they didn't get the businesses buy-in, and it didn't come from the businesses. So what I think we're trying to do is we're trying to at least get that from the businesses, and then we'll take that to the select board. Any ideas, whether that's using the landing for seating for restaurants that don't have, you know, enough seating outside.
Here, you mean?
It's a possibility.
Uh-huh.
Anything's an option. So.
With music, courtesy of the Camden Harbor Master?
Hey, if my good voice, singing voice, if that's what it takes to get folks up here,
Yeah.
I'll definitely do it. And, you know, to add what Drew said, if you know Penobscot Bay, we don't need to sell it to you. You already know it is one of the best cruising grounds in the world. If you don't, please come up, check us out. If you've got a small boat, we've got a free area to launch your boat. We've got a free place to keep your trailer. We want to extend our services. We want to help it so you come up and have a safe way to enjoy this summer.
It's a really good point. You know, one thing to keep in mind too is that the restaurants are starting to open. You know, you can sit on the decks, everybody's social distancing and doing the policies, following the guidelines. Rum Lime, Blue Baron Distillery, waterfront, you know, everybody's starting to open up, which is really nice. So, yeah, the harbor's got it for this stuff.
So let me ask you, before we conclude, I want to ask each of you, what is your favorite aspect of Camden Harbor? Start with you.
That's a tough one. My favorite aspect of Camden Harbor is the fact that people enjoy it so much. The people that come here and visit just to see the joy in their faces. They come in on the boats and they're like, hey, where'd you go? Well, we just came from Pulpit Harbor. We were over at White Islands, and, you know, they describe it and you see that joy in their face and you're like, yeah, we are lucky.
Yeah.
And I was going to say the vibrancy of the harbor in the summertime. I mean, that's just, to me, it's just, it's amazing. I think it just builds on what Steve was saying.
You mean the liveliness
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
boats coming and
Yeah,
going,
the
the
people.
noise,
Yep.
the activity?
Yep.
Yeah. Drew.
Yeah, you know, we just did the first for us this year, this spring. We, the family, we stayed on our boat and stayed the night right on the docks here.
Oh, did you?
And it was really fun.
And you have two little kids.
We got
right?
two little girls, yeah, and it was really fun. And what I noticed is that the whole thing, everything about this harbor it just ties everything together. So by having that park there, it ties both sides together. I feel like my kids ran over there and we did a night walk over there, and then you had people over here, so we walked over through here and then back. It just feels good. The whole harbor just ties together. Yeah, vibrancy. You know, be able to have your kids run around, and you know, it's a nice town.
All right, so cheers to summer 2020.
Cheers.
Harbor.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We're ready.
Okay. All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.